Now, live and in studio on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, your real estate and financial experts, making sure you win in every market. Your financial partners, Don and Gino.
Welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And if you're watching online, you're probably going, wait, that doesn't look like the KHTS studios. It isn't. That's right. You are looking right inside of the new Vault Media Studios right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage. That's right. We built our own custom studio. That way we can get more intimate with our guests like Carolyn Andersonl here today. How do you like the studio?
It's very nice.
You like it, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And you just dressed it up. Thank you for joining us here today. Very cool.
Thank you for having me.
Very, very exciting having Carolyn Andersonl because, you know, what's nice is back to back we've had two of the number one real estate agents in all of Santa Clarita right here on our show, and we really appreciate, Carol, you taking time of your busy day because you and Neil are two dynamos. You guys just are always busy, always knocking out, always consistent too. You guys do great numbers, and we appreciate you coming and joining us today and sharing with us what is happening in the markets today and how you're helping sellers and buyers be successful because the markets change. So why don't we touch a little bit, give us your impression, your input on where you think the market is today versus where it was just beginning, let's say spring and summer during the euphoric, gotta buy a home now, I don't even have to see it, to, things have slowed down a little bit. But we still feel it's a great market, and I bet you'll kind of back us up in that.
Oh, it's absolutely a great market, but I agree. The market has definitely slowed down. Not as many multiple offers on properties as we were seeing in the spring and over the summer, but still multiple offers. And we're seeing a lot of standard sales. That's what I see.
Woohoo!
Yeah, every time I go in, and for a lot of people out there listening who might not understand what I mean by a standard sale, that means just like your regular retail as opposed to a property that's bank owned or a short sale.
Okay, and that's important. Wouldn't you? Nobody did more REO business, meaning bank-owned business, than you. Period. Bar none, not even close. You absolutely own that market. And at this stage, what we're seeing based on the numbers, we see that the distressed homes, meaning short sales or bank-owned, are down to what, 15% of the market, maybe?
Not even that.
I don't even think it's that
I don't
anymore.
think so either.
Well, maybe on the short sale. I mean, if you combine it with the short sale,
Right.
but. I still do a lot of what are called broker price opinions for the banks to determine values on properties, whether the occupant or / borrower is doing a short sale or some type of loan modification, or sometimes the banks are just selling these properties in pools and they need to know the value. Or just make sure that the house is still standing. So I will do a lot of those reports and check when I check the statistics and the multiple listing service. You do not see. I mean, it's very rare to see an REO, and you still see some short sales, but they're. I mean, almost like all the comparable listings and sales that we're using for these reports are standard sales.
Well, standard sales have been a breath of fresh air because now that's why your values are going up. I mean, when we had a lot of distressed sales, that's what kept the values down because we had one bad comparable replacing another bad comparable and so forth and so on. Now, just the opposite, Carol, we now have good comparables replacing bad comparables, and wouldn't you agree that's why our values have finally gone up, is because we've had such a lot less distressed sales?
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, when you drive down the street, I remember in 2007, 2008, 2009, some neighborhoods you would drive through and you would see, oh, that one's vacant. Oh, look at that lawn. Oh, I mean, it was very...
Yeah, you could tell that they were vacant because of
abandoned.
Totally abandoned. All the dead lawns were a sure giveaway, without a doubt. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's nice that we don't see as many bad lawns anymore.
That's true.
A lot of you have been able to get into a home, so that's why we're mentioning that. When we talk about statistics, and Gino and I watch it like a hawk, like you watch the real estate statistics and the numbers and the trends, we watch everything from employment figures to year-over-year appreciation levels to sales. And what we're concerned about, and we love your support and opinion, because we're here to help support the real estate market. We're here the Real Estate Radio Network's a conglomeration of probably 60, 70 shows across the nation, Carol, that are helping to rebuild the real estate market one market at a time. And one of the things we want to preface is the media is going to jump on any decrease in appreciation or decrease in sales of any ways that we're going to a bubble. Do you think a bubble's happening? A second bubble?
I don't think it's a real estate bubble. But this is just my own personal opinion.
Throw it out there.
I think that the rates are great, and I don't think that people should buy a home strictly as an investment. I mean, if you're looking for a place to live, there are a lot of things to consider. First of all, your lifestyle, where you want to live, that type of thing. Obviously, the payment has to be affordable. And frankly, who cares if it goes up or down or sideways? I mean, if you don't plan on moving anytime soon, just buy the house and
enjoy it, huh?
And enjoy it, and just and enjoy the tax benefits that and the fact that you own a home and that nobody can tell you what color you can paint the walls.
Oh, nothing like the pride of home ownership. We talk about that all the time when we talk about where you can paint Johnny's room, red racer red if you want to, and the women can go and paint, put the flowers where they want to, and the guys can fix up their garage.
Hey, some guys want to put the flowers where they want to.
I liked your garden, Gino. You did a great job with that, by the way.
Right, I did. I had a tomato garden. What's your problem? So no,
the pride of homeownership is amazing. Isn't that the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh, absolutely.
Handing those keys over. We've never done a loan for somebody and with facility those keys and somebody went, darn, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I guarantee they're ecstatic when you hand over those keys.
Yes.
And you've done that. Oh shoot! I mean, you're being. I know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, some will be glad to say they've done it a few hundred times, but you've done it thousands of times. Hand those keys over, and it's got to make you feel good helping that many people with get into their first or second home.
Yes.
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 I'm curious. You touched on something that I think is really important. I think everybody got a new outlook on buying a home. And yes, there's tax benefits. Yes, it's an investment, but that should all be secondary.
Mm-hmm.
You really should make your decision based on affordability to a certain extent. What's it costing to rent? What's your timeline? What are the schools like? There's so many other factors that have become important versus the last boom, where the last boom was just strictly, it's going to go up, it's going to go up, it's going to go up. So we've taken speculation out of the market a little bit.
Right.
And I think that's healthy overall. For a long-term market, I think it's healthy. And one of the things I was thinking about was that, and I know that I've had multiple conversations now with other real estate investors, is that, if you're really looking for an investment vehicle, buy an investment property.
Right.
Don't buy your own personal residence. 'Cause your own personal residence, if your own personal residence, you got to maintain it. You're going to have to make the payment. You get the tax benefit. Great, you got to live somewhere. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking specifically only as an investment vehicle, I'm sure there's great condos out there. I'm sure you can invest just outside of town and get great return on investment. So
I bet you can find some investment properties for people still, right?
Absolutely.
Actually, that's
Carolyn
a great.
Andersonl with Remax will be glad to help you. Go figure.
Actually, that's a great question. I mean, I know that a lot of people are saying that's it. Investors are off the table. That's not true. I still see a lot of opportunity for investors.
I think when people are looking at that, they're talking more about these hedge funds that came in and bought large pools, or even there were some investors that weren't necessarily mom and pop, but they were cash buyers, and they were coming in and they were buying up quite a few properties to rent. And then they kind of found that even though they bought all these properties, now they were having to rent them, and a lot of them all at once. And it was a bit much. With an investment, it's just, it's like the same concept, really. I mean, in terms of, you buy it, you put your money down, you're going to have your payment, and hopefully like on a fixed type of interest rate scenario, and
Well, I know we help them out, kind of like you figuring out if it's a good buy, meaning based on comparables in the market. And then I know we help them out with cash flow analysis, make sure, if it makes sense for them.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you get somebody like Carol who understands the markets, understands the pockets, because we're going to we should probably touch on that the next segment. You're going to want to hear about this because not everything's the same all over Santa Cruz. Not everything's the same all over the nation. There are pockets that are hot, pockets that are not. And you're going to want to know which ones are when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS, with Carol Anderson and RE/MAX. Don't go away.